Hey guys, what's going on? It is Ash here coming at you today in Clash Royale. Today we have a quick news video for you guys. We have the January 2020 balance changes, which should be coming into game January 7th. That is a Tuesday, according to the patch notes released by Supercell. So let's go ahead and jump right into it here, guys. There's not a ton to talk about. There are 3 nerfs and 1 buff, only 4 balance changes, as I mentioned, and 2 of them we knew were coming. So there's 2 other cards. One of them I think will surprise some of you guys unless I include it on the thumbnail. So anyway, let's go ahead and start with the nerfs. So the Nightwish. So I'm going to go ahead and read these changes to you guys. The changes, what Supercell said as to why and how they reached the decision to nerf or buff these cards in the way that they did, and then I'm going to give my opinion on the balance, okay? So starting with Nightwish, initial bat spawn speed reduced from 1.3 seconds as it stands right now all the way to 3.5 seconds to 3.5. Also a nerf of a slightly slower first hit on the Nightwish. Let's read what they say about that. Since receiving a larger death spawn in October, Nightwish has consistently been among the highest use and win rate troops inside the game, peaking this month at the number 3 most played card with a 57% win rate among troops. Now, Nightwish is often used as a good enough defensive option against incoming troops like the Hog Rider, and then a tank is placed in front of her. Like her regular witch sister, we like witches to get better over time at the expense of starting off weaker. We're going to make her first bat spawn half of her full spawn time, so she cannot provide as much upfront damage along with a minor first hit delay. That was a mouthful. Essentially, I agree with that philosophy. The Nightwish and the Witch should be units to provide more damage because they're spawners the longer they're on the arena, because they're mobile troop spawners more specifically. So I agree with that. However, I'm going to be a little bit nitpicky here. I do think the Nightwish did deserve a nerf, so I agree with that as well. I would have liked to see something a little bit more subtle, a little bit more mild, maybe just, even though you could probably make the argument this is rather subtle, the first bat spawning way slower, and the hit speed reduction just slightly on the first attack doesn't sound overwhelming. I think so she'll still be used in some beatdown decks. However, I do think the Elixir Golem was the main culprit behind the power of the Nightwish for a lot of decks inside this meta. And furthermore, I kind of wish that they just took away one of the death spawn bats just to see if that made a difference. A few pros I've had on the channel this month and last month said they thought those extra bats made a huge difference in the overall power of the card. So that's how I feel about her. What do you guys think about the Nightwish? Moving on to the next nerf, we're going to talk about the other one that we already know about, the Elixir Golem. So they had an interesting strategy here nerfing the Elixir Golem, just nerfing his HP in all of the 3 forms. So the Elixir Golem, then when he divides into 2, and then the 4 blobs afterward, all get a 6% HP reduction. Here's what Supercell says. Elixir Golem forms the core of a variety of powerful decks, often centered around dropping it along with the Nightwish, the Battle Healer, Sparky, and more at the bridge. The high health provides exceptional blocking for support troops, allowing players to repeatedly spam their attacks. By reducing the Elixir Golem's health, it will be easier to dispatch and won't provide as much as a health shield to those supporting troops. Paired with a nerf to Nightwish, this popular archetype should not be so oppressive. Elixir Golem should excel at a punishing tank against weak defenses, not able to brute force through strong defensive units for unblockable damage. Whew. These long explanations, I actually appreciate it, but there are a lot to kind of say. Maybe I wouldn't read them next balance change video. Let me know what you prefer. Anyway, so my thoughts on the Elixir Golem again here, kind of similar to Nightwish. I like the idea. I'm first in line in saying the Elixir Golem does need a nerf. However, you know, again, the HP reduction, I still think it's gonna be pretty solid, the Elixir Golem, even with the 6% across the board. I actually would not have... I don't want to see a nerf, even though I just said that. I would like to see a rework to the Elixir Golem. And this is not my original idea. I've heard this. Many of you guys put this in my comments, and my video, and my Discord server, and other YouTubers have also mentioned it. But essentially what it is just giving the Elixir back to the defender of the Elixir Golem on the first separation rather than the last. That way that extra elixir, you're getting it right up front, you're able to mount a really strong defense and then cash in, rather than having to over defend, use way more elixir in a negative trade, and then you get that value back after the fact. I would like to see a rework in that fashion. We'll see if the HP reduction is a suitable fix for the Elixir Golem strength right now. Moving on to the next nerf, and this is going to be an interesting one. I expect this to be the most controversial balance change inside this balance update. Maybe not, and some people might even think this is a buff. Technically, it's probably a rework. I think it's a nerf, and let's go ahead and talk about the Lava Hound. The Lava Hound, the range increases from 2 to 3.5 tiles. That's the Lava Hound, not the pups. So almost double range on your Lava Hound. That's going to get a ton of value for you guys. And then we see the Lava Pups, damage increased by 75%. So a huge damage increase for the Lava Pups. But Ash, I thought this was a nerf, man. So far, it's all buffs. Hit speed reduced by 70%. So the hit speed has been reduced dramatically, even more than the damage from the pups. And also the melee range, or the range of the pups, have been reduced from 2 to 1.6 tiles. Doesn't sound so dramatic, but think about it, guys. As a Lava Hound player, what you're trying to do is just get your Lava Hound to pop, put a tank down there or a balloon or whatever, and have those pups on the tower as soon as possible. That's what really dictates how much damage those pups and the Lava Hound in general are doing to your tower. Now this range is going to have to cause all of those pups to just fly over to the tower a little bit closer to get in striking range, allowing the opponent more time to A, recoup elixir, and B, react and get a troop down on the arena to distract, okay? So let's see what Supercell says. Why? Since the revert to Executioner, pause, isn't it kind of sad for Lava Hound players? An OP broken Executioner NATO that countered their whole archetype, and then finally the Executioner gets that nerf, and now finally Lava Hound players can play again, and it's just like, wait a second here. Let's give a big nerf to the Lava Hound. Why? Since the revert to Executioner, Lava Hound has retaken its place as one of the strongest win conditions in the game, sitting right above the 56% win rate consistently, excuse me. The problem is heavy air decks feel very binary. You either have the tools to defeat an all air troops, or your ground heavy deck completely folds. We want to reduce the overall power of the Lava Hound while still making Lava Hound players feel like they gained something. This was an opportunity to make the Lava Hound one of the oldest legendaries, updated with more modern numbers similar to other tough flying units. Lava Pups were the only remaining troop that could not one-hit skeletons or bats. Their damage increase allows them to clean up the smallest troops in the game while keeping their damage output roughly the same. In exchange, the Lava Hound is getting a longer range, and the Pups are getting a shorter range, meaning Lava Pups will need to travel a bit further in order to hit the tower. This requires Lava Hound players to set up their deployments a little better, as the Pups won't instantly be swarming the tower as it is now. Lava Hounds, this is a very interesting one. I am so on the fence on this one, guys. This is one of those changes, so many things going on with the hit speed, the damage, the range of both the Lava Hound and the Pups. For me, it's one of those things I'm gonna have to see it in game to make a real opinion on it. Honestly, there's too many things going on here for me to say, oh, this is gonna kill Lava Hound, or this is gonna make it. That's not so bad, guys. It won't be too bad. I don't know. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Especially you guys who play Lava Hound. Let me know what you think of those changes in the comments below. The last is the Fisherman, the only buff in this balance changes. The Fisherman does receive a buff. That is good news in my opinion. And I'm just going to go ahead and fast forward to the end of this part. I agree with everything about this Fisherman buff. I'm a big fan of this one, so ending on a positive note here. Fisherman, the hook range increases from 6 to 7, so back at 7 range, it can actually activate the King Tower now. It can do what it's supposed to, right? Hook charge time, though, increased from 1.1 to 1.5 seconds. Essentially, the lasso hooking effect, that attack that it has, is going to be in line with its regular fish slap attack. Okay, so why? A few months back, several cards dominated the meta and all got nerfed at the same time. Fisherman was one of those cards, and in the months since, it's been obvious he wasn't that strong. The range reduction plummeted him to the bottom of the use rate charts. Fisherman can provide welcome counterplay to tough defenders that don't die to spells. So we are returning his range to allow for more consistent pulling tricks to the arena. In exchange, his wind-up time will match his hit speed, making him pull targets slower and not impact so many troops so quickly. So there you have it. Again, I'm in agreement with the Fisherman changes. No complaints there. That's pretty much it, guys. There will also be new Clan War modes in classic decks, which I'm going to flash on the screen for you guys right now. This will be the Season 7 Clan War modes and the Season 7 classic decks available. So guys, that's all I got for you. Let me know what you think of these changes. Thank you so much for using the creator code CWA, guys. I really appreciate that. Been trying to give back, as much as humanly possible. I'm not even gonna name all the random crap I do. It's too self-serving. But yeah, I'm just trying to give back as much as I can to you guys. Expect another big giveaway, by the way, coming here soon this month on the channel. Thanks to you guys for using my creator code. Also, a big shout out to Stats Round to Bren Chong, my YouTube partner. Check out their information in the description below. Thank you for watching, guys, and as always, take care, guys.
I mean, wait, is this the real Clash with Ash? Dude, what? No, Ash, that's not you, dude. What? I know, it is a shocker to me that they aren't nerfing Battle Healer, at least a little bit. I think Battle Healer is one of the best cards in the game. I would say Lava Hound, because, no, actually, Lava Hound's in an okay position. Yeah. I'm gonna go with Sparky and Nightwish.
Ash, boo. I would like to see Nightwish, and I think if Nightwish gets nerfed, Elixir Golem will be more balanced. I'm pretty sure. Y nada, gracias a Clash with Ash que nos ha dado 10 dolarazos, chicos. No se olviden de ir a seguirlo. Y todo eso, la verdad es que él es de los más constantes, siempre está haciendo muy buenas.
I want the wall breakers to get a 5% damage nerf. I want the Barbarian Hut to get a 5% HP buff. And then I want the Zappies to get an HP or damage buff.
And for me, I want Magic Archer to get a buff. I want Goblin Giant to get... No, wait. Magic Archer to get a nerf. Goblin Giant to get a buff. And I want Fisherman to get a buff as well.
I would like to see Bowler come back into the meta just a little bit. I know a lot of people don't like that card, but I mean, compared to cards like Xe, I mean, Xe's not that great either, but Bowler's just so underwhelming right now.
Caraca! O Ash, olha o Ash, mano. Ai, papai, fala, mulher.
I'm sorry for my bad English, but I'll try.
É contigo. Vai, mulher!
I would like the Elixir Golem was nerfed, like the Shadow Witch, and also the Magic Archer was a little slower. I would like to see Electrucutors 3Moskewers and Fisherman back to game.
Game, entendeu?